Well, welcome in everyone. It's another Wayside Furniture Blinden Sons Studio C session here at the Summit. And we are joined by a very new act, very up and coming. They are called Girl Tones. Kenzie Crow and Layla Crow, they are sisters and they rock. And they've been opening for Silver Sun Pickups on this tour that they're in the midst of right now, and including a stop last night at House of Blues in Cleveland, and tonight, August 18th, 2025, at Roxy and Theater in Pittsburgh. Ladies, hello, how are you?
Hey, we're good. How are you? Sorry, she didn't have her mic.
Well, good to have you here. Introduce yourselves, if you would, to our crowd here.
Yeah, my name's Kinsey, and this is my sister Layla, and we're Girl Tones.
Yeah, we got a room full of Summit members here today. This is going to be a great one. Ladies, let's start off with a song. What do we have first?
All right, this song's called Again.
That's a hot way to start right there. Yeah. Girl Tones joining us for a Wayside Furniture Blinden Sons Studio C session for Summit members. And we're rocking out here on this Monday morning. They are opening for Silver Sun Pickups last night in House of Blues in Cleveland, tonight at Roxy and Theater in Pittsburgh. Kenzie and Layla, two sisters. They are Girl Tones. I understand, we just talked about this. This is your second ever radio session, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
We are honored for that. How about that?
Thank you for
And your first session was at the venerable Q101 in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So, well, welcome aboard, and you're doing great so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you two are sisters from Kentucky, and while it's rude to ask a lady her age, you both seem very, very young. How long have you two been making music, and what got you started on this path?
Well, I mean, we've always played music together and everything. Our dad was a drummer, so there was always a drum kit in the house. And I started on classical cello, and yeah, it probably is a big leap from classical cello to what we do now. But I really think it helped me write the way that I do write, from learning all these classical scales, the music theory, all the boring stuff. You gotta learn that first, right?
I would not have thought that.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
how so though? I mean, from translating learning on a cello to shredding on an electric guitar
Yeah.
like that.
Well, guitar is way easier because it's got frets, I will say. So
Okay.
the cello, I could rip it on the cello, I will say.
I'm sure you could.
So, the transition was a little bit easier because of that, I think. Because I never had lessons for guitar until later down the line.
Yeah.
But so we found out about, our dad introduced us to the Raconteurs and the White Stripes. And then, of course, that was like, okay, I want to do that. So that's kind of how it happened.
I could see that, and the first thing I saw when I walked in the room here today was that guitar. I don't know much about playing guitars, but that is one good-looking guitar.
Well, thank you.
Tell us about that guitar. You said it's an interesting, unique model, and it's a hollow body.
Yes, it's a Supro Sahara. And it's got one pickup, and the reason I think I do like it, it's funny when you're talking about the cello, it has a raised bridge on it, so that's more comfortable for me because of the playing cello, I think. So That's why I was drawn to this one, I think.
Adaptability is everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned it. I mean, your sound is a perfectly filthy, scuzzy garage rock sound, not unlike, White Stripes you mentioned, early Black Keys, but somehow there's even more attitude and swagger and confidence up on stage there. Who are some of your influences? You mentioned the Raconteurs.
Definitely like the Kills were a big influence.
Yes, love the Kills.
Sleater Kinney. I'm a big Devo fan.
There you go. Came to the right place for that. Yeah.
Definitely influenced by that drum style a little bit.
And the colors and everything that they did, like visuals.
The visuals,
did,
very
amazing.
big inspiration from Devo. Like just
in general in our lives.
Yeah.
Not to make you jealous of where we're at here, but just this past weekend at the local independent cinema in town, they did the one night only showing of the new Devo documentary. So you just missed that too, in addition to Porch Rocker.
I'm very excited to see
Let's
that
come back. I wish we
documentary.
had more time here.
Yeah, big Akron weekend here. So, well, that all makes sense. I mean, with some of those influences, but what's really cool is your music caught the ear of the guys in Cage the Elephant from your from your state in Kentucky, and they helped give you a nice little start. How'd you get connected with them, and what have you learned from them in the process? I mean, I understand they've been producing some of your songs here as of late.
Yeah. We grew up in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is where they're from.
Right.
We were playing a lot of DIY shows, house shows, all that kind of stuff, and we're kind of slowly getting a little buzz around town. And Brad somehow found out about us and messaged us and was like, hey, I want to produce your stuff. And we're just two little kids like playing music. It's our dream, right?
Yeah.
So when we got that, we were like, oh my gosh, this is like, we just lost our minds over that. And so we started setting that up, and then COVID happened. So that was like in 2019 when you reached out. We didn't get into the studio until 2021. So
Definitely delayed us.
it delayed, but I think it worked out for the best because Brad had tried to start a label, like he had tried several times to start a label, and it just wasn't fitting, it wasn't the right situation, whatever. So by the time we started recording with him, he felt ready to do that. And of course we're ready. We've been ready.
Yeah.
We've been ready. So we were like, of course we want to be on your label. So we were the first artists on his label, Parallel Vision.
Wow, that's cool. Brad Schultz, from Cage the Elephant. I mean, he knows. I call them all the time hit makers in our world of music. Grammy nominees and so many hit songs over all of their albums. Those are good folks to learn from, especially Brad Schultz.
And what you're saying about learning, is there anything you want to add?
Well, just from touring with them in the UK and Europe, definitely see like you watch them every night and they give all their energy every single show, and it's just like they're such a high energy band, and that never wavers. Like no matter what. I mean, we saw the first show we opened for them in Atlanta, Matt broke his foot like 2 songs in, and he played the whole show limping around, and like, but he did it. It didn't kill his energy at all, and the rest of the tour he was on like one of those little scooters with his feet. Yeah. So
He was doing like wheelies and stuff on it, and we were all backstage like, oh my god, no, don't do it anymore.
It's just like nothing. You can't let anything stop you from having that energy. Like you got to put on a good show.
Well, those are excellent folks to learn from. Girl Tones joining us here for a Wayside Furniture Blend & Son Studio C session. The sisterly duo of Kenzie and Layla. They're opening for Silver Sun Pickups on this tour, which continues on tonight, August 18th, 2025 at the Roxy Theater in Pittsburgh. I understand the next song you're going to play is the one that we've been playing quite a bit here at this radio station. Mm-hmm. What do you have for us next?
The next song is called Blame. And this one goes out to all the siblings out there. Are there any siblings in the audience? I'm just curious. Right? Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so this one goes out to you all. It's called Blame. It's about blaming people and not taking accountability. But then at the end, you do take it. You realize, maybe I should take responsibility for my actions. So that's kind of what it's about.
Wasn't me.
Do what?
Wasn't me.
Exactly. Always blame the little sister.
Really much until
that song. That was Girl Tones and the new song Blame, live as part of this Wayside Furniture Blendon Sons Studio C session. Summit members here in the room, and lots of them. These two sisters rock. Kenzie and Layla are doing what they do up here and make it look easy. They're opening for Silver Sun Pickups tonight, August 18th, 2025, at the Roxy Theater in Pittsburgh. And I was not at the show last night at House of Blues, but there are some people in the room who were.
Yeah.
And I learned something pretty unique about your merch table setup. It's kind of incredible in that you have individual DIY handmade tour posters that you do.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a concert poster collector. I appreciate the art and the moment in time that it captures. These are individualized for each city, but they're all different in that respect. But also, Layla, you're doing cross-stitch band logo crafts that you're selling at the merch table too?
Yes, I'm working on them. They take a really long time.
That's adorable.
But I haven't finished.
She hasn't finished one yet, so they're not on sale.
But it's coming.
Pre-orders.
It's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
So tell me about these DIY handmade posters that you're doing. How are you making these?
Okay, so basically I have this thing, it's called a jelly print. Has anyone heard of these before?
Yeah.
It's basically made out of gelatin and it transfers images. So I take images of us, like our promo pictures, and I'll transfer it to the jelly print. And then it's kind of like screen printing, I guess you could say.
Right.
And then I have my grandma's typewriter, and so I typed all the dates
words and the text
everything.
and all
Yeah.
that. City, date, venue.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it was just something fun to do on break, so.
That's such an adorable piece to a merch table to
Yeah.
have
People seem to
as
like
part
it.
of your own. I love that. Okay, so you two as a band still very much just getting started. You just have a handful of singles out. A debut album, a proper full length is coming,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Any timetable on that at all?
Not really.
Not really.
Not
That's okay.
Hopefully next year.
Hopefully,
I would
maybe
say
early
next year.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, you guys are having the summer of your lives right now.
Yes.
You recently played the Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago, and it was a whirlwind of activity.
Yes.
How was that experience and such a massive crowd and setup there?
It was really crazy. That was like the first real deal festival. We played local festivals and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but
It
not
doesn't get much bigger than Lolla.
Yeah, it was crazy because we played super early at the BMI stage, and a lot of bands that have gone on to be huge have played our time
They
slot.
played the
Lady
same-
Gaga played our time
So
slot.
it's
when
one
she
that
was
sort
getting
of
started.
is a premier spot for up and coming acts.
Yeah,
It gives me goosebumps just talking about it.
I think in
Because 21 Pilots,
Yeah.
Lord, Lady Gaga, all these people who
Yeah.
are
King's the
huge
Elephant.
now.
Right.
They played that slot, you know.
Well, I know that that's got to be an overwhelming thing, and I felt a little. I felt very appreciative of you shoehorning and squeezing us into your schedule. Coming from Cleveland last night on your way to Pittsburgh later when you leave here, but then you told me that that's nothing because you had a pretty big day. Describe this one single day that you had out there.
Well, the day that we played, we did 3 shows in a row. We played twice at Lolla, and then we did an after show, and then between all of that, we had 9 interviews.
It was crazy.
And then the next day, we played another after show the next day, and then the next morning after that, we played a brunch. So we had to
And
be
then
up
we had
at 10 in the morning.
Another session
And then we
after
did,
that.
a
So it was
magazine
great.
thing.
So yeah, this is nothing.
So-
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And
great.
gosh, I think you learned a lot about yourselves that
Yeah.
weekend. Then.
Oh
right?
yeah,
I
a
don't
lot.
Mackenzie slept 13 hours
I
the
did.
day after we were
Yeah.
done.
I don't blame you one bit for that. Well, so this new song that you're going to play for us next year, it's a very personal one for you, Kenzie. It was sort of born out of anger and defiance. And if you could elaborate on that, and did it come from a personal experience?
Yeah, it's an interesting song because I wrote it so young that I really can't know what younger me was even thinking about. I just can tell that it was very angry, whatever it was towards, to be honest. But I guess now it just, for me, is about just having your own identity and being confident in yourself in that and not letting anyone take that away from you. I think that is something everyone can benefit off of, especially if you grew up and maybe were a little bit different or, you know, whatever it was. Yeah, this one goes up to you. It's like you've got whatever you got and no one else can have that. So that's kind of where it is.
Well, here it is. Girl Tones live in Studio C, the new single we got a month ago or so. Brand new song. This is called Got It, live in Studio C.
Yes. You think you know I'm right, and you want it so bad you will never have it. You held me in your arms like you created me, but that was a fraud. Use me up to fill your cup. You treated me like I was a dog. Well, I got it. You never had it. And you wanted it so bad you will never have it. This game is put in my hand. You're hovering over my shoulder. I'm taking a chance and I'm over the top. I'm so sorry, I'm having some amp difficulties.
Oh, no. It's okay.
Sorry, y'all.
We can do it over again.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't mind.
Sorry, guys. Not at all. Sorry, you all.
This is why we don't do these things live.
I'm so happy it's not live. Give me 1 second.
All good.
Oh, that's
The
weird.
whole experience.
This is what happens when you rock out.
Sorry, guys. You guys don't mind us doing that again? Okay. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. You think you know I'm right, and you want it so bad you will never have it. You held me in your arms like you created me, but that was a fraud. Use me up to fill your cup. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Girl Tones, the sisterly duo of Kenzie and Layla, here for a Wayside Furniture Blind Son Studio C session for a room full of Summit members. That new song, Got It, absolutely rocks.
Thank you.
Opening for Silver Sun pickups on this tour, including a stop tonight, August 18th, 2025, at the Roxy Theater in Pittsburgh. Not bad for your second ever radio session. I think you guys killed it. Am I right, Summit members? Yeah. My gosh, the promise with you two is unbelievable. I mean, Kenzie, your rock star swagger up there. Your guitar posturing and shredding is incredible. And Layla, I feel like I'm watching a young Meg White from the White Stripes up there. And seriously, your movements and your mannerisms are just like her. Man, unbelievable. Let's give one more round of applause to this young band. Excellent, you guys. More to come from this band in the future. Keep your eyes and ears out for that. We also have merch available out in the lobby, so...
We'll sign anything.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Girl Tones, and thank you, Summit members, for attending. This was outstanding. Thanks.
Thank you all.